humanly can just to annoy everybody.
Test, test, test.
Testing.
Testing.
All right.
Like,
Test, test, test.
there we go. Sound good.
All right. All right. I believe we are ready. So let's go ahead and switch it here, and press this doohickey right over here. What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing? And before I get to the introductions, Waluigi, can you zoom in on me?
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I got to get AJ in the frame and got this on the frame. There we go. That's perfect. What the fuck? What is going on, everybody? Hello. How y'all doing? Episode 100 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I'm your host, the Silverback Senpai. Across the table from me is none other than my co-host, Waluigi.
Good. Oh, wow. I almost said morning. Good afternoon, folks. We're on 100 episodes. Wow. It's been 4 years in the making. We're finally on this day, and we get to have it with you guys.
And last but not least, our other co-host, none other than himself, AJ.
Good morning, because I just woke up.
Close
Hi. 100 episodes. Holy shit.
Yeah, we've been making history for some time now.
And when was it that I joined?
2022?
Yeah.
Like July.
How many episodes were that?
I think we were halfway.
Halfway,
in
like
the halfway mark.
50 something.
Y'all can correct
I
me if
think.
I'm wrong later. If you do, please go outside.
It might have been.
We do support our fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100 episodes. That's a lot to process.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, my goodness, we've done so many episodes from back in, 2020, all the way up until now. Granted, they were not all consistent. I mean, there were some days that we had like a consistent schedule. Like almost every Sunday we would do them, and then some Sundays we wouldn't do them because Arcade had plans or you and I had schedule conflicts
Yeah,
or whatnot.
I lived farther away back then.
Mhm.
I'm now like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
And literally back then we had like our first episode, like it was just two of us sitting down pre-recorded.
Yeah.
I had like this like nice sexy mustache and all, and now I got a full-grown beautiful beard. Holy shit, that's a hell of a process. That's an anime arc right there.
Oh, it definitely is. And throughout our journey, we've had so many guests. I mean, a lot of guests, a lot of returning guests.
We've literally
AJ
had-
was a guest.
Yes.
I was.
Yeah.
I was a guest.
Yes, you literally were a guest and we took you hostage.
Yeah, I still remember that episode. I still remember all the shit I was talking about. And now here I am.
Yeah. Here you are. Now you're officially a member of the podcast and whatnot. And yeah, and we've just been continuing on this train. And granted, as I said before, we've had some inconsistencies here and there, and that's usually due to schedule conflicts and whatnot. And even up until this year, I would say we have not been as consistent due to the arcade was also going through some changes. This was also a work in progress. So I said, you know what? I want us to come back when this is complete and ready to go. So that way we can finally do our episode in here. And now y'all get to hear the nice sound quality and whatnot. And
Arcade machines, no ACs going off.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no more having to come here in the early morning to get everything set up and ready to go and do an episode. Because I know it was hard for a lot of people to like wake up that morning, because usually Sunday mornings people are just chilling, they're resting, because they've had a hell of a Saturday night. So just like, yeah, I don't know if I could, make it to this podcast early in the morning, like 9 in the morning. It's too early for a lot of people.
It is,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And for people that are still like unawake, we understand the night shifts. But if you don't have a night shift, that's on you for missing us right now.
Yeah, literally. Like, you should be
Accountability,
here.
baby.
Yeah. But hey, we decided to pick an afternoon time because I think that's a time where most people are awake and functioning. So by all means, yeah, like tune in to the podcast. For those that are watching, whether you're on, I forgot this out. I was supposed to stream this on Facebook as well and Kick, but I'll work that out. Next episode will be on Facebook and Kick. But we're currently on Twitch and YouTube, so go ahead. If you're on YouTube, give this stream a like and share the stream. And if you're on Twitch, let people know, like, hey, share the stream.
You know what the kids say: like and subscribe.
Yeah.
That's so corny. I'm sorry, but yeah, can we take a moment and realize we went from like three to four different parts of the arcade, and now our own setup.
Yeah, literally.
Like we used to run on like one small table. We had like the laptop in one corner, and then we went through another side where we had to move that weird tapping machine. Then we went through the expansion. Then another part of the expansion. There's a
Yeah,
lot of-
like we've moved this podcast around so much in so many different areas of the arcade. Like it was a journey in itself, and it was a great journey.
It's a fun journey. We've done
Yeah.
Comic Cons. Like we've done a lot of random things, and then there was
Yeah,
events.
we've also done convention episodes as well, which I would say it's unique. But one of the things that we've learned is that you can't control the outside sound.
Yeah, you also can't
Oh,
control
no.
K-pop events.
Yeah,
And you can't control people.
No, you can.
no.
And there was that one time, like two of us tried to get people were trying to cancel us that one time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we could speak about that.
Oh my God, it's been 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Oh wait, when about
Otaku
the
Fest.
Otaku Fest when
2021.
everyone was going after your fucking throat, like
Everybody was going after him. One person went after me, and then they saw my post and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not fucking with this guy. He's too stupid."
yeah, no.
I remember that because I said, I wanted to do a podcast episode at Otaku Fest, and shout out to the organizers of Otaku Fest for allowing us to actually have it there, to give us a panel room to where we can actually do it. And we had a lot of good people.
We had 30-something people in that room.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that showed up for it and whatnot. That goes to show the level of support that we have in South Florida of the podcast, of the people that that actually support it and whatnot. And then I remember after the the convention event, then there's people just making up lists or a Google Excel spreadsheet of, hey, here are the people that went to this con that you should be aware of or whatnot. My name was on that list, and I was like, I'm sorry, but if you take your time to go out of your way to make a list of people who are quote unquote problematic or you should be wary of, because I wanted to do a podcast episode at a con during the time of the pandemic. Fuck you, sincerely. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, I'm glad you clipped that. That's definitely worth something clipped. But
And then of course you also had people. You also had. I know this is outside of gaming topic or whatnot, but I do want to speak on this. You also had people going in my DMs, tagging me on IG. About me and whatnot, and I'm clapping back. That's the difference between
funniest thing.
myself and other cosplayers, is that I clap back and I'm gonna snap on you, and then I'm gonna highlight and show your stupidity. And then you have some people sharing their stories of the DMs that they're sending me or whatnot, and I'm calling them out. I'm like, no, bitch. Put the whole damn thing out there.
the
You
whole
came at me
conversation out.
first.
Yeah.
Like, put the whole conversation out. Don't crop it to where
You know what?
I'm coming at you. No, crop
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Exactly.
They wanted to play games. It's a gaming podcast, and that was the consequence.
Yeah, they wanted to play games. They fuck around. They found out who the kind of person that I am, and and they backed off, and I threw them on. And I was like, hey, guess what? Welcome to the block party, bitch.
You can't expect anything less from these pussy ass cosplayers. Swear to God, dog. I'm telling you.
I love the fact that we always have a disclaimer where, like, you can be as unhinged as you want as long as it's not going to get us canceled again.
Yeah, I have to filter myself.
I mean, this fair game at this point is just us three.
But
In the general public, yes.
I have to filter myself. Unfortunately, because
I already know.
Yeah.
I already know.
you already know the shit I have to
See,
say or
I
want to
know
say.
as well. Like, we all
So
we all know some of the viewers have an idea if they look back at us. But if you're new here, welcome.
Yeah, like it was a gaming convention. It was a gaming anime convention. Everyone's there just to have a good time, enjoy themselves, despite the conditions that we were in. People just wanted to go there, have a good time, have fun, and just enjoy life. And here's the thing: we did had a good time
Oh, hell
because
yeah.
we got to see a lot of people that hey, we didn't get to see them for over a year because of the shutdown and whatnot. Sucks, but seeing everybody again, seeing all the familiar faces, and just talking it up with them, that was a good experience. And I was not gonna let some motherfucker that still lives with their parents, still lives. You don't pay rent, you don't pay bills, you work at Starbucks as a barista,
Damn.
and you're gonna come at me and all the other people that went to this con to enjoy themselves. Sincerely, go fuck yourself. Still to this day, even though it's been years and
It left us a scar. Like that was.
Oh no, I still remember these motherfuckers, so fuck them.
No, that's a scar. That's hard to get rid of. That's not even a scar. That's like a headache.
It literally was, and it wasn't that serious. And then I remember I put out a video on IG, which ended up getting a lot of traction, and and it's just the fact that you have some of these people that do not know how to talk to people
Not at all.
because all they're used to doing is shouting online, and it's just like, no wonder why no one takes you seriously. No wonder why when you're trying to talk to people at a much more professional level, they don't take you seriously because look how you acting.
Yeah.
You're acting unprofessional.
Keyboard warriors, telephone toughies, like,
Karens, Kevin,
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, how about y'all learn to leave people alone, learn how to talk to people correctly and appropriately, and stop being a fucking dumbass on the internet and whatnot and trying to come after people, because the same people that are so vocal and so loud on social media and whatnot, when you see them in person, they are as quiet as a mouse. And when I, walk up to them or whatnot, heads down, they turn and walk the other way.
Nobody likes pressure.
No, they don't like confrontation, and they know that I'm a confrontation. I will confront you. Like, hey, this is what you said. I'm gonna come and see you. Fuck the internet shit. I'm gonna come and see you. I'm like, yo, what were you saying online? I'll come up and pull up on you. Now, best believe this. I'm not gonna come at you with any violent intentions. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I will.
There has to be one person in a group that's slightly psychotic. And it's all three of us, but to an extent. I'm not wrong.
I'm trying to control myself, but I had to say that.
But I'm not gonna. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna put my hand. They can't handle that. They won't look you in the eyes. They're gonna put their head down. They're gonna walk the other way. They don't want to be confronted with the nonsense that they say on the internet. They don't want to, because that's the type of people that they are. So with that being said, don't engage with them. Don't give them any energy. Fuck them.
Nah,
No, thank you.
I need to be more like Silverback, because
Because you'll be surprised if you just like, listen, you don't even come at them with, like, I'm gonna throw hands on you or not. You walk up to them, you pull up on them, head down, they're gonna walk the other way.
just showing up alone is like
Yeah, they can't
that's
handle that.
enough.
No, they need a group of people just so they can look up, stare at them, look
'Cause
at the eyes.
Because when you
and
get
then
them
walk
by
away still.
because when you get them by themselves, they're not about that.
they're
about
not.
It's either walk up conversation
start-
or walk up DP.
They start
Word
tripping
debuggers.
over their words and sentences and shit. They can't. It's like, oh, but
Where English doesn't exist,
yeah,
it's just run. It's
That-
it's the flight instead of the fight or flight.
yeah.
But enough with that.
The past is a past.
Yeah, it's the past. It's behind there, whatnot. Even though you look at the cosplay community and the FGC community, they're kind of like similar or whatnot.
They really are, but it's like
But
strong
the message still stands. So, yeah. But thankfully, here in South Florida, with the FGC community, it is not like the cosplay community.
Oh hell.
It is not like that. It's just
Not
a
at all.
bunch of. It's like in the FGC world, especially here in South Florida, everybody got a day job.
Yeah.
Everybody got shit to do outside of the fighting games,
And they go
Mhm.
outside.
and they go outside. They touch grass.
I mean, maybe like very, very few people, but that's okay. They're still valid.
Yeah, they're still normal, regular people, and you can have a conversation with them, whether you agree or disagree on certain things. Very chill, which is why I try to push people like, yo, if you're tired of this one community, come join us.
Yeah.
We chill.
Yeah.
We
you
have a
don't
good time.
And the thing is, with the fighting game community, you really don't need to compete.
Yeah.
You could literally spectate, commentate, bracket run, do your own thing, just be a good vibe. That's pretty much it. That's what happened yesterday. Also, shouts out to Island Paradise. I was obligated to say this. Shouts out to Nightbreed.
All right. Oh man, we have like a lot to go over as far as topics.
We have. We'll catch back up and flashbacks and all that stuff later.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I would say, I mean, I do want to speak on like just the podcast in general because, as I said, we've had so many episodes, we've had so many people. I wish I had a list of all the people that we've had on the podcast or whatnot, but man, it's a long list,
If we say
and
names, it's going to be a while.
yeah, it definitely is going to be a while, and then of course, it's a forever growing list.
Yeah, because the list is not going to stop.
It's not going to stop because the fact that there are still many stories to be told. there are still more people that we would like to, have here in the booth, get to talk to them, get to hear their story as how they became a gamer, what got them into gaming and whatnot. Because that's the goal of our podcast. That's our mission, is to like, hey, we want to know what is your story when it comes to gaming. Like, what got you into video games? That's our mission, is just to have your story to be heard, and we just have a conversation with that and go on from there. Because myself and Waluigi, we have asked people the same questions,
And it's all a different answer.
and it's all a different answer because so many people have such unique gaming experiences, and you get to learn about their tastes, their how they were brought up into it, why do they like certain games, and it's been a rewarding experience doing this podcast,
Yeah.
and we're gonna keep doing it because people enjoy that. It's something unique, it's something fresh, it's new, and of course, we interview people who are within the South Florida area.
Yeah. Or if you're visiting, pull up.
Yeah, definitely. And even this year, when we went to Tampa Never Sleeps, we had our little setup in the
We
Grand.
had a whiteboard and everything else.
Yeah, and we had people just come up and be like, "Hey, have an interview with us, sit down, talk
we
to
were,
us."
we were stuck there for like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah,
Literally. Like after the tournament, before the tournament, within the tournament. I would do that again, definitely.
yeah,
We just got to find a good event to like get to.
yeah. And I think for next year, CEO 2025, since we're gonna be at that new hotel venue,
Ooh.
I think that's gonna be the best time for us to do that again, to where we just have like walk up interviews or whatnot. People just come down, sit down, and we just talk about stuff or whatnot, related to the event, so that way we can show appreciation and some shine to the event.
Yep.
And hopefully more people be interested and wanting to get involved within the fighting game community, despite the drama from a few individuals.
Mhm.
There's still plenty of good people within this community. So don't ever let that be discouraged. I would say if you want to be in the fighting game community, don't have a Twitter and don't have a Discord.
Just be low key.
Just be like, low key chill or whatnot. Or if you do have it, just don't be on it as a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want brain rot.
No.
Like I've been hearing people just say like Lamau and stuff. And I mean, it's very common nowadays, but like hearing it before you turn 30 is just like, what the fuck did I just learn in English? But anyways, yeah, TNS was a super fun idea. If we're going to that Grand Hotel, we need a neon sign, not a whiteboard.
Nah, whiteboard works.
I know, I'm teasing.
I know.
Yeah, it was definitely funny having like drunken folks like Frank Lotion.
Oh man, he was good.
And then you had people like Jurassic Ori who just like opened her mouth and talked her shit without even hesitating and top 8 in Guilty Gear Strive. Like there was a lot of great people and they're not even from like South Florida.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to shoot your shot with us, hit us up. We're happy to run episodes.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
Get
so
serious.
all right, we got some topics that we're gonna talk about, and the first one is Assassin's Creed Shadows get delayed. And when I saw the news of this, despite the controversy behind the game or whatnot, which I think is quite silly because
It is really silly.
it definitely is, because okay, there's a black samurai named Yasuke,
And
okay,
there's a woman assassin.
and a woman assassin, like, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
There's a lot of there's like people just backlashing over that. Some people don't mention the gameplay. They just talk about the characters before they even
Yeah.
watch the gameplay.
Yeah.
It's like
I haven't even
it's
seen the
like-
gameplay.
it's like when you're ready to watch a movie but don't even get the DVD.
They haven't shown gameplay, have they?
Yeah, they have
very,
shown
very
gameplay of it, and for me, would I be so interested in it? Is like, no, because I've played other samurai-esque style games, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's like this does not intrigue me or pull me in.
It doesn't look samurai. That's the weird thing.
I
Yeah.
got I got a few cents to put in when it comes to Assassin's Creed.
Go for it.
I think it's a little too late to come out with a samurai / ninja esque Assassin's Creed when it's been asked for so many fucking years. They decided to go different routes, which is cool,
Mhm.
whatever. But another thing is that they've been shitting out Assassin's Creeds almost every year. They needed to slow down and stop making the same game again and again and again. They should have listened to the fans way back when people were like, "Hey, we kind of want a ninja assassin." Or
Yeah, I
or
remember that.
samurai.
I remember having
Years
those
ago.
conversations.
This was
I remember.
before even Black Flag was a thing. Like
Yeah.
people have been asking this since the Ezio days.
What was the name of the game?
So it's like I said, it's too little, too late right now. I think the controversy behind it is also silly. But I can also understand because like people do want to be like historically accurate, especially when it comes to Assassin's Creed. But then again, Assassin's Creed has been doing some really silly shit with their games lately.
Like they've done Odyssey, they've done Origins, they've had battle passes,
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like why is there a battle pass in an Assassin's Creed game?
they've had Valhalla. But
Like-
then originally, like way back then within I think after Black Flag, you can call me out on this later, but they had side scrollers that showed like versions that are in China, Russia, and stuff. For the
Oh,
Xbox,
yeah.
for the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
So they tried to appease the fans in doing a 2D platforming style, which is a little bit awkward.
I played that one, and it was kind of fun. I remember playing it, and it was pretty fun. It was something else, and like I'm not crazy about games like that, but like just to
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a good-
unwind and just like
it's a good bit of change.
it's enjoyable.
But
But when you're like making like a full size like I'm assuming AAA game, like why doing it every single year, coming out with a new one? Like let us enjoy the game first. Let us explore everything because from what I remember, Origins was kind of a big game.
yes,
There was a lot to explore. There was a lot to unlock. There was a lot to do. And then, like, shortly after, Odyssey came out.
yeah,
And then another thing, they kept going further backwards. Like, stop. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm
they're
sure.
going to too many parts of history where assassins don't even look like assassins.
Yeah,
They're just,
yeah, that's another thing. They keep going further back. Mind you, Assassin's Creed Origins, I literally, like, the name says it all. Origins.
yes.
You would think that'd be the first assassins, or at least the birth of the assassins, but no, there was more before that.
Nah.
Fucking why?
You're dealing
Like,
with
can you
Anubis.
stop? Just go forward, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, come up with something new to the point where if you do get like to the 21st century, like now,
Mm-hmm.
come up with something new. Then you could do all the fucking stupid, silly shit that you want to do. But like, I don't know. I think everything they've been doing lately with Assassin's Creed is pretty silly.
It's very it's bold to always change the way you play the game or change it, but at the same time, boldness has its consequences. So for the gameplay that they showed of the latest Assassin's Creed, they showed two different types of gameplay: either the assassin way, which is the female ninja, or Yasuke as a tanky brawler going through doors, going through people like a tank. Like he is breaking everything.
Yeah.
They're changing his whole story up just for the intentions for people to play two different styles when he's always been a samurai from Portugal or that part of history. Yasuke is a very interesting character. I like how they're advertising it, but the way that they're setting it up feels like it's not even Yasuke. It's just their own take.
Yeah.
Which is fine if they do that, but if they want to go with it, like the whole thing with Assassin's Creed is being following history to an extent, right? Twisting it up a bit, whatever, but like you're still like being true to like history. But coming up with, and not coming up, like making characters based off certain historical figures, sure, that's fine, but if you're gonna change it so drastically, that I can kind of see why the controversy is happening, but at the same time, it is silly because it's like, dude, it's a fucking game.
Yeah, literally.
But I can see both sides. Either way, though, am I gonna play this game?
I'm probably
Probably not. I've been burnt out of Assassin's Creed since.
Ubisoft itself burns me out just thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're just gonna advertise another game within their game after you pause.
Yeah, the last one I played was Odyssey, and that shit, great game. I like the options, I like the characters, but dude, I didn't even get to finish. I'm like, dude, this is way too much.
What was the last Ubisoft game I played? I think it was Ghost Recon with you.
Yeah.
That's the last time I touched an actual game from it.
Yeah. And
I didn't get to click on the. Sorry to cut you off, but I didn't get to click on the link. But why is it getting delayed? Like, what's going on?
I think it's technical issues, and I also think pre-order sales.
Oh.
So yeah, I think the big thing is pre-order sales, and now the rumor I hear online is that they're probably going to cut out Yasuke out.
That's crazy.
That is
That
looking nuts.
it's a rumor, it's wild, but
That's
I think
After showing him,
Yeah.
and then bring your game, you're like, hey, I want my money back.
So,
yeah, I think so. It's either my biggest guess is pre-order sales are like drastically low, and I think that's because people are just not confident in Ubisoft anymore. And for me, yeah, I played Ubisoft games before. There are games that Ubisoft did publish that I did enjoy. The latest one I would say I enjoyed was X Defiant. I enjoyed it, have fun with it, but now that other games have like came out, because I've been on my single player journey, like I've been like before Wukong came out, I was playing Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh yeah.
And now that Wukong is out, that's the one game I'm putting my focus on because I'm really enjoying the game. I'm at chapter 6 at the final boss, getting my shit wrecked, but I'm still enjoying the game. And then after I finish Wukong, I'm going to play Warhammer Space Marine 2. And then I'm going to go right back to Dragon's Dogma 2. But then you have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero coming out next month.
It's an endless loop of, hey, let me put this in my backlog until I completely forget about it.
Literally. So when it comes to Ubisoft, like, even for me, I'm a fan of the Ghost Recon series, but even with that, it's like y'all could do better, because for me as a SOCOM fan, like Ghost Recon is like almost the closest thing to SOCOM, but it's not. But I like Breakpoint. It's pretty much just Ghost Recon Wildlands 2.0. It's not much. It's like slight upgrades here and there, but it's really the same game overall.
Unfortunately.
And what else? With Ubisoft, I remember their Prince of Persia games back from the PS2 era.
please bring them back. Holy fucking shit! Please bring them back.
Yeah,
I was not
Holy
expecting that from you, actually.
like
Ubisoft, you want to be relevant? Bring them back. Stop with the Assassin's Creed. Stop. Just stop.
Like, give it a break.
Give it a fucking break. And
the platforming in Prince of Persia, like
It's S tier.
1,
Dude,
2,
yes.
and 3.
I remember
Please.
growing up to Sands of Time and such.
Yeah, like that's when Ubisoft was actually like making some really quality games. And then there was that one Prince of Persia game that was on the PS3, Xbox 360 that I remember playing. I enjoyed it, but the thing is, you could not.
Forgotten Sands, right? Wait, no. Are you talking about Prince of Persia, the one with the gauntlet?
No, it was the one where the guy had the chick as a partner.
Yeah.
yeah.
He had the gauntlet.
Yeah, that was the newest. That was the last one for
That was-
360.
Yeah.
That was on the
Xbox 360 and
yeah.
PS3. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was.
that I enjoyed that game because the platforming was good.
It was awesome.
And the only thing is that you could not die because the girl would always save you.
Oh wait, that's dude. I loved the combat in that game.
Yeah.
The bosses in that game. The story was really good. Everything about that game was just, dude, please do stuff like that. Like, scrap Assassin's Creed for now. Bring back,
They did.
please make a remake of the first 3 Prince of Persia.
Persia's.
Please, bro.
Now they did put out a new Prince of Persia game,
Yes.
but it's ass.
It's not the same.
It's not
It looks like a
It's not-
platformer. It's like a 2D.
It's like a 2D
yeah,
platformer.
and it's like
And it's not even the prince.
no.
What?
Yeah, the character you play is not the prince. It's just some dude who, I don't know, works for the.
I'm sorry. I pretended I was just shot. That was hard to process. I didn't
Yeah,
even
it's
know
not the prince. I mean, the character looks cool, but it's not the prince.
I hate to say.
Right.
It's not the prince, bro.
Right.
Like, please bring
like
that back.
and funny enough, when we're talking about Ubisoft, even their stock prices have went drastically down.
Gosh.
And yeah, that's why it's like people are not confident in
Wait, how
Ubisoft
much
anymore
Ubisoft
because
going
it's
for
like
right now?
the quality of the games that they've been putting out have been trash, have been ass.
Yeah, it's,
People are not enjoying it. Like, probably y'all need to go back to basics and realize what gamers liked back then and then stick with that. Whatever you change, whoever you need to fire in management,
everybody.
Everybody.
like,
Fucking everybody, bro.
like get rid of them, get some new talented people, whatnot.
God, I'm reminiscing now on Prince of Persia because that's I grew up with that.
$2.31.
And dude, just imagine right now a
Oh, you weren't
fully-
kidding. It is $2.31.
fully
Holy shit.
remastered
Some of
trilogy of
stock
Prince
now.
of Persia. The first one, second, third, especially the second one. The second one with the combat was so
Oh, yeah.
nasty. Like, obviously, like in a perfect world, it would be remastered. I would want them to remaster it, keep the same like moves, obviously with like with new like engines, new graphics and stuff like that. Just keep the same moves.
It'll look very crisp.
Don't like overcomplicate it like how games are nowadays, where you gotta fucking I don't know, like do a bunch of shit. No, I don't want to craft anything. Keep the same shit. Let me unlock the same weapons.
Ooh, you're
Just-
poking jabs.
Just like, yeah, because I'm tired of this crafting shit.
Yeah, crafting is a very stupid.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I love Wukong, but fuck, like I don't want to like I don't want to make shit. I just want to find it and use it.
You don't want to make shit. You don't want to go after making shit.
I just want to
Like,
find
hey,
it and use it. That's what happened in Prince of Persia. You found a new sword. Of like, I'm taking that and I'm gonna use it for a while until I find the next best thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I miss Prince of Persia.
Yeah, crafting
God,
items
it was
is
so
such a.
it was such a fucking good game.
Wow, that's low-key off topic, but crafting items just seem to be a very tedious fucking thing when it comes
It
to
is.
games. Like,
yeah.
It feels like it started off with gacha games and it started off with other stuff. Like, hey, you need to go through this impossible level 21 times just to get
just
this
wanna-
10 items.
Yeah, bro. I just want to fight things.
And then repeat the cycle again.
yeah.
That would drive me absolutely nuts.
You know who-
That's
you
why
know-
I can't play many games.
You know who did it well recently? Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
You kept the same fucking blade the entire game. You just kept upgrading it.
Oh, hey. So,
Cool.
it's a stellar blade. Anyways.
It's like, dude, it's like it's simple. It's simple. But yeah, they really should. Honestly, Ubisoft should really remaster, like take all the money that they've made
Whatever's
just-
left.
or whatever's left of it.
Dude, I'm going to throw like $23 so I could at least get 20
Please,
20 shares
please,
of
or
Ubisoft.
full or you know what? Just sell the fucking game to someone else who will actually take care of it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the franchise completed? That'd be nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, like sell off the IP.
Sell the IP to someone who will actually take care of it.
You know, speaking of games being delayed, I think there's another one from Rockstar. Grand
Grand
Theft Auto 6.
It got delayed?
Yeah, it got delayed.
What?
Yeah.
You're
didn't-
fucking lying to me.
No, I'm not. They moved it to a year, and that means people who play on PC will have to wait another year.
Damn.
Like, you know how every time you get a new game and the PC port comes in next, like Spider-Man 2, for example, goes in another few months or a year?
Yeah.
I feel like GTA 6
Damn.
will be like a whole another year before it comes back out.
Wasn't it? It was gonna come out next year, right?
I thought it was this year.
Or
actually.
2026.
No, Grand Theft Auto 5 was gonna come out. No, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year, but that's gonna be on consoles.
Okay.
And then a year after that, it'll finally be on PC.
Which always bites.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They only had like one
Dude, that is
commercial.
so whack.
Like, I'm glad they're delaying games, but it feels so last minute after you announce it.
Yeah.
It's like coming fall of 2024. I'm sorry, this is not happening.
I think it's just a matter of because I don't mind like them taking their time to work on games. I think it's just a matter. I don't think Rockstar like overshared a lot with GTA 6.
Nah, but the leaker
But
did.
I think yeah, that's another thing. Like too many leakers, too much information is like I think we're just over consuming information all the time,
Yeah.
and then we get let down
Yeah.
when we hear they're gonna delay it because they have the reasons to delay it. You know?
I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. People that want to play games, it shows anticipation, but at the
Yeah.
same time, the devs are respecting your time for quality in gaming.
yeah.
Like Final Fantasy did that, and they apologized. Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I know they had a delay a while back, and you know what? It turned out very well for them. Square Enix knows what they're doing when it comes to Final Fantasy.
Square Enix knows what to do in general.
That's true.
Mm,
Well,
that's
Except for Kingdom Hearts.
at
That's a whole different
least
show.
from the last game that I played from them, which is Nier. That's it. That's the only one I played.
Okay, so it's been a hot minute for you.
it's been a hot minute. At least with that game,
with,
they did.
with
they did
Square
well.
Enix, like they've been dropping the ball too, and I think they finally realized that we can't keep dropping the ball, otherwise we're gonna go out of business. So they realized like, hey, we need to get our shit back in order and give the gamers what they really want, and just get back on the ball because they don't want to keep being outdone by these new developers that are coming out that are just like crushing it because they know they're not a AAA studio, but they're putting out games that are outselling them, and yet they're the legacy ones.
That's true.
Got
The only thing that's
crazy.
keeping them relevant is Final Fantasy 14 online.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
MMOs will keep people grounded.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 16, granted, yeah, it came out on PC, but it didn't even sell that well.
Not
no,
really.
no.
PlayStation.
Correction. It didn't sell well on PlayStation, and then they finally have it available on Xbox and other platforms when they should have just released it on everything.
They should have done it already.
Yeah, all on day one instead of just delaying it. But that's just PlayStation wanting to have exclusivity for a limited amount of time, and I think developers are starting to realize that that may come bite them in the ass later on, because now that this game is going to be released on these other platforms, it's already too late. People have already moved on, so you might as well just put it out on everything and then see where it goes.
Yeah, when exclusives aren't exclusive anymore, it gets really awkward.
Yeah, the only company that I know that's gonna keep things exclusive to them is Nintendo.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Unless they buy the IP.
Those greedy
first.
fucks are never gonna let anyone touch their games.
nah.
No, they will not. They'll they'll get other franchises to merge with them. Like, hey, Mortal Kombat Nintendo Switch.
Crazy.
But other than that, they will not like distribute their precious. As in like Legend of Zelda, Mario, etc.
No.
They'll just get
Never.
other off-brand games or other games that are like compatible with every other system.
And you know what? They can keep it because
Yeah.
I hardly play those games anyway.
Hold that. Be a pirate. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so before we move on to our next topic, I'm just going to go ahead and close it out for this one about Assassin's Creed Shadows getting delayed. It's coming out next year in February, and I don't know what's coming out in February around that time, but who knows.
But it's supposed to, or I mean, it got delayed, so that's the new delay date.
Yeah, that's a new delay. So it's coming out next year.
Oh, so it was gonna come out this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year, but they delayed it
Oh.
to next year.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad then.
And as I said before, I think my biggest guess, I don't think it's the controversy. I think it's more so due to the fact that their pre-order numbers are so drastically low. It's just like, okay, maybe we need to market this differently, and let's just push it back. And then, of course, as people are seeing the gameplay, there are some obvious technical issues. So it's like, I don't think this game is ready, and let's delay it, put it back in the oven, let it cook for a little bit, and then by next year around February, we'll put it out there and see if people enjoy it.
Well, I do hope that it turns out to be well, because
But I do agree with the notion that Assassin's ninja style Assassin's Creed game, it should have been happened.
it should have
At
long
this point,
time
just
ago.
make another Tenchu.
Long time ago.
Tenchu's by From Software.
And honestly, we've also been having a lot of games that are very similar to like a ninja style or samurai style, like
Game
Ghost of Tsushima.
Neo
that-
1 and 2.
Yeah, that
Rise of the Ronin.
yeah. There's been a bunch of games. So it's like
Ooh, I like this take.
you're
The
kind
Monster
of
Hunter Wilds comes out in the same month. We're not going to make any money. Yeah, I forgot. Monster Hunter Wilds going to blow it up again.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is a juggernaut of a game.
Because remember when Capcom was talking about, hey, we're going to make $1 million game?
Yeah, Monster Hunter's it.
It was this.
Yeah.
That was the real answer, and I love it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah,
no,
definitely.
I'm not wishing luck. I'm a hater.
I just want them to make money so they can stop eating shit and remake Prince of Persia.
Nah, they're going to be eating shit and not make Prince of Persia anyway.
Probably.
I am so sorry.
Our next topic is Ghost of Tsushima sequel announced as Ghost of Yotai, and I'm interested in this one because I actually did enjoy Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4. I also have the PS5 version as well, with everything in it. I still haven't played it because I've already beaten Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4, and I enjoyed the game. Like, I'd say that is the game that really definitely pushed the PS4 graphic fidelity, performance at a very high level, especially if you had the PS4 Pro. That was a game that you should get it. Like, you should get this game for the PS4 Pro because it's going to just make everything just so good.
So I've only heard one thing, and I heard it yesterday about Ghost of the sequel,
Ghost of
Ghost of
Yotai?
Tsushima. I heard that there was controversy because they announced that the protagonist was going to be a female.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey, fucking, it's their game. It's cool, but I don't know why there's controversy behind that.
I mean, The person that is doing the voice acting, the woman that's doing the voice acting of the main protagonist, there is some controversy surrounding that voice actor.
Oh,
But for me, it's like I don't care because I played Ghost of Tsushima in Japanese, so I don't
so,
I
okay,
don't care
so-
about the English dub. Just give me the Japanese dub.
Oh,
because
Right.
I'm just reading through it, so
Yeah,
based off the
just-
actual history.
just give me the Japanese dub because it's gonna be more authentic and it's just gonna feel
Yeah.
it's gonna feel very authentic. So.
It makes sense.
But as far as like,
Oh.
oh great, now there's gonna be a female samurai, it's just like, have you not played any other samurai games? Like there have been many female
Yeah.
samurais
Literally.
in most of these games, and people don't bitch and complain about it.
No.
I don't get
it's
it.
like, why are we this generation complaining? Is the real question.
When there's like past examples of female samurais there that were in the game, or I don't think maybe this might be the first one where this is the very first one, but still, regardless, like there's been female samurais. Hell, even in Ghost of Tsushima there were female samurais. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
why are we making this
Yeah.
into
Just
an
a quick
issue?
glance. It's 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
So it's a time forward in
Damn.
age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So it's a forward in time.
Okay.
So not everything's technological, or it's not like the early like 19th century where everything becomes like having trains and shit. It's still gonna be like the horseback ridden samurai style archers and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Samurai shit, as it should be.
Yeah, it's just it's just-
I feel like they're gonna make it. If they're crazy enough, they would try to do Meiji era, which would be nuts.
Make the character hot.
No,
I'm kidding. I don't care. But
the last thing we want is Rule 34 stuff. I'm good.
no,
I'm
no, not
tired.
like that.
I'm
I just,
tired.
Just make it pretty, you know?
I'm tired. I'm seeing-
Because have you seen what, Western developers have been cooking?
yes.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, just make it pretty and it'll sell. Trust me.
Just make the gameplay pretty as well. If the game is ass and the,
The
character
game,
looks
the game
nice,
is gonna be pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty.
Just-
It's gonna the visuals are gonna be
Just
there.
make the main character.
I think that's the reason why they made Ghost of Yotei, just because of Yotei itself is a very attractive, beautiful looking place.
Yeah.
And that's actually something great to hear. It's not like, oh, we just want more money. No, we want to build more story for you people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you played Ghost of Tsushima, you've enjoyed the game, then hey, you're gonna enjoy Ghost of Yotei, despite
gonna
the
get
fact that
canceled
the
again.
main lead is gonna be a female, and I think this time she'll be able to wield more different unique weapons because in Ghost of Tsushima you only just had one weapon. So I'm interested in looking forward to this game. I'm definitely gonna be buying it day one, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it. So I'm
looking
not.
forward to this.
I'm not
I have
up-
to play it too. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima yet, and I still have it sealed.
You should.
Damn, I was ready to grade it.
You
Kid.
should. It's definitely worth the playthrough, and the fighting style is very unique compared to some of the other hack and slash samurai games that I've played in the past. But it's very good. You have your stances, and you can really do some really cool shit in that game.
Okay.
And of course, it's big open world, so you can go to a lot of different places with your horse and whatnot, get into battles. And that was the thing that I used to do. I do a lot in Ghost of Tsushima was just I want the smoke. I want to fight against someone, even though if I'm not if I'm like underpowered, I still want to fight them because just like I want to see how much I can get far with this character. And then when you really upgrade your character a lot, then it's just like, bro, no one can fuck with me.
Nah, that does sound fun.
So Ghost of Yotei, hey, I don't care about the controversy. It's gonna be a day one buy for me. I know it's gonna be a great game. Don't care for the English dub voice actors because I played a game in Japanese sub anyway.
Man, I wonder if Japanese people play English games in English sub. You ever thought about that?
No.
So off topic, people, there's a fan base for King of the Hill in Japanese and English.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's
I know.
hilarious.
It's pretty funny. I've thought of that too sometimes.
I think about that too every day.
Cause I've been playing Wukong in English, and I'm not knocking it. Like, the voice acting, it's it does its job. But I know it's not as authentic as if I were to play it in Chinese. Which I'm sure would sound so fucking cool
Yeah,
if I played it in
You
Chinese.
can't play Call of Duty in Japanese, but then you think of the Japanese playing it in English. They're like thinking the same different thing.
But maybe my second playthrough, I'll play it in Chinese just to hear it. But because I've already heard the the Chinese voice actor for Wukong in the beginning, which I really I really wish that we could hear, the Destined One talk more, but
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, like I've heard both the English and the Chinese, and they both, in my opinion, they both sound good. But I think their main language would be more authentic. So I get what you mean when you say
You're
playing.
immersed in the story.
Yeah, you're definitely a lot more immersed.
Yeah, that's for me. That's how I really get immersed into most games. Like, if it's like a game like Stellar Blade, I played it the voice in Korean because I want the authentic
Oh
feeling.
yeah, because it is a Korean game. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to experience it because usually when they do like the mocap and the voice or whatnot, usually in English sometimes you can you can tell
You
that
can tell. You could definitely tell in Wukong. Like
Yeah.
I look at their lips and hear what they're saying. It does not match.
yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
match when you hear it in English. So when you play it in their authentic language,
Yeah.
It's very
then
fluid.
the immersion is even much deeper.
I do.
It's
agree
like
with
watching anime in dub.
Yeah.
That's what it literally is. Like they try to crop at least the early frames so it at least reacts.
that. But they do change.
Very subtle.
In dub, they change it subtly to match the English.
Especially when it comes to like very emotional moments, like that's where that's for me, like I want that authenticity in a story-based game where if it's done in their native language, then it makes like emotional scenes or very suspenseful scenes much more captivating. Like it really grabs you versus if it was in English, you'd be like, okay.
That is our thoughts. I agree with that.
Sorry.
But overall, Ghost of Yote, hey, I'm looking forward to it, as I said, and yeah, it's gonna be a day one buy.
And that with the sub and dub stuff, they've been using AI in like movies, for example, to change people's lips to match like certain languages.
Right.
Wow,
that-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it looks real. So I think they should do that with video. I don't think they need AI for video games, but I think, I mean, if it helps them.
I still can't forget where there's like this Ip Man movie where Mike Tyson was in it and he actually spoke Mandarin Chinese.
Oh yeah, Ip Man 4.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Ip Man, dude. I
That
love
was probably the funniest thing.
I love that movie.
Me too.
But also, actually, wait. I'm gonna try to remember this. I'm trying to remember like a question or something that I was gonna say. I'm gonna let you guys continue, but I'm trying
It's
to think
gonna
of,
pop up randomly.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of what
Gotcha.
I was
All
gonna
right.
say. But
So for our next
continue.
topic, what is it?
Concord cost Sony $400 million, not $200 million. So
That's funny.
our last episode, and of course, I remember when I put out the clips of it on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot, and on YouTube, and people were telling me that, hey, it changed. It's now $400 million. And I was just like, oof. That's
For once, the comments actually helped us.
yes. The comments actually
If you
helped
read
us
the
with that.
comments half the time,
Yeah.
they're very belligerent, and I love it.
So, hey, I'm like, damn, $400 million for that game.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. That oof.
Then reading Mad King's comment, but we were just waiting to pull up that topic.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's off topic, but if Sony wants to make any money back from Concord, they should announce a new SOCOM, and I agree.
I mean, yes, but it's like, are you gonna do it right?
Yeah, that's a real question.
Because granted, yeah, you're targeting a very old and reliable fan base, and that fan base is passionate. Some people say, "Oh, that fan base is talking." No, we're passionate motherfuckers, and
Yeah.
for us, it's like we care a lot about accuracy, and how well you
Oh, he got the
execute,
question.
and how well you execute the accuracy. Well, you got your question?
I don't.
I just saw that bit of
I
excitement.
don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to like.
No. We're gonna give you the floor.
I don't want to take away from the topic, but because the reason I thought about it because we were talking about sub and dub, right?
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't just like sub and dub. What I was thinking was the future of gaming. What if they implemented? I'm not an AI dick rider. I hate AI. But what if they implemented AI in these games in the sense that you could talk literally however you want to an NPC, and they respond to you accordingly. Instead of like having different dialogue options,
Right.
you literally like write whatever you're thinking, and then they respond to whatever you're saying. But obviously, it has to be
Those
AI
ser-
generated.
Those servers will air fry itself.
Yeah.
I think the PS5 will personally explode on somebody. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably, but think about it. That would make the game a
It's a
lot
cool
more
idea. I'm not
immersive.
knocking it.
It would make the game a lot more immersive.
There are
Like,
some games that do that where they use AI for certain scenarios, where you're asking a question or someone's interrogating you and you have to respond. There's very few games that are made on PC.
right.
You can find, or I'll let nerds later on TikTok find it for me or something. But there are games that will like interrogate, like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I'm just walking at night. And are you sure you're not a vampire? I forgot the name of this game. It's bothering me because I've seen this recently and I've wanted to play it, where you actually have to speak to somebody in a proper way or you will lose the game
Yeah.
or get arrested.
Yeah, think about that. Like that's definitely gonna be down the line for the future of gaming.
But like, if you're in the middle of a medieval game and you talk to an NPC saying, "Hey, can you tell me what time is it in like Germany right now?" They're like, "Why the fuck when we're here?" And it's just like for a Wolfenstein game or something.
yeah, like I mean, you're definitely right about the.
The setting, it has to match the setting because if you
No,
ask,
no,
if you
no,
ask
no,
the very
yeah, of
relevant
course.
questions,
No, yeah, of course, but I don't know. Like I had that thought while I was playing Stellar Blade like a while ago. I'm like, can you imagine if you just could say whatever you want into these games and then they just responded to you accordingly? Like that would be probably the most immersive that we can get. But of course, like you said, PlayStation will probably explode.
high key.
So
PCs
it would
made it-
definitely be, at least from my prediction, probably like PlayStation 7.
Because you know, one guy is going to say something
Sounds like
really,
Fable.
really, really something either based or controversial enough to be like, "Hey, can you do this?" And it's like, "I'm sorry, the FBI is coming. You're going to get banned."
So Fable was close enough,
Yes.
but like I'm talking like real time responses. Like I said, AI has to be integrated in the game.
And the thing is, you can't play it offline. That's the biggest flaw.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
That-
Like
yeah,
those
no.
servers are either going to fry because of very stupid questions or something that might cause the FBI to take a look at what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably, yeah.
You are definitely gonna be on a list.
It's like for any of those questions, you will most likely be put onto a list or banned from Steam or PlayStation.
I
Because
know-
Xbox knows not to fuck with
I
it.
know I will. But I'm just saying, like, think about it. Like that.
I
would
thought
be-
about it right after you said
That
it.
would be so cool. Like very, very immersive. Like
Bro,
I don't know.
you know how cheap Nintendos are made? Those shits will just break itself
No, yeah,
before you
the-
ask
the-
a question.
Highly doubt it'll be on a Nintendo
No,
platform.
it definitely won't
Because
be
there's no
on a
microphone.
Nintendo.
Imagine just playing Mario
Dude.
Kart with a microphone, you hear slurs.
Dude, just imagine communicating with Princess Peach.
Yeah, I'm afraid she's gonna say slur. I'm afraid she's gonna say slurs to us at this point.
The things I would tell her. But anyway,
Bro, you know, the last thing I want to be called is like a Koopa lover or something.
a Goomba lover?
No, Koopa
Oh,
lover.
Koopa. Oh, but
Yeah, Bowser's what it's all about.
yeah,
I'm joking.
that was my thought. Like I don't know. I know it was completely random. Completely took off Concord, but fuck Concord.
Yeah, that's how bad Concord is. Where we had this is more off topic.
But yeah, I don't know. I had that thought, and it's been like fermenting in my brain for so long. You can never pick DK ever.
Donkey Kong.
Not me. Not me, man. Not me.
No.
But it would be, dude. It would be cool. Like I said, I don't like AI because it's weird. But you could do some pretty cool shit with it.
You know, I'm afraid to ask like Princess Peach. Like, if I go as Waluigi, she's like, "Aren't you supposed to aren't you supposed to be making tacos?" And it's not because I'm Latino. It's because there's an actual game called Waluigi's Taco Stand that somebody emulated.
Yeah.
But that would be funny for low key racism.
But dude, I just because like sometimes I get like annoyed with like having to choose dialogue, because some of the dialogue you see is like, okay, yeah, it's immersive, but like, do I agree with it? Like, would I say something like that? You know?
And if you say
so then I thought, what if I was able to say whatever I wanted? So for example, like, oh,
I'm scared of
fucking-
what you'll say.
let's say Wukong was like this, right?
Oh no.
And they're telling you like oh well, you're the destined one and you have to go get these 6 relics to become Wukong. What if I just wanted to say, well, fuck that? Like I just imagine how the game would be. How fast
I imagine something very, very racist already.
I don't know, but just like as immersive as you could possibly be, like
No, I get it. Like I get it. Like,
I get it. I imagine the clapbacks from an AI.
that's probably a horrible example for
It
me
is
to
a
use,
terrible
saying
example.
fuck that, because obviously you want to go for the relics, but like like think of other games, but that's the most immersive that I thought of, and I was like,
It's a dope idea, but we probably won't be alive when this comes in.
It's just that
I'm
there's
sure we will.
Yeah, we probably would.
I
I'm sure
think
we will.
I think with something like that, you're definitely going to end up having very, very multiple outcomes. Like, there's going to be so many different outcomes now that how would the game itself be able to process all these different unique outcomes based off of what you're saying? Now,
Yeah.
the game is going to have to predict and figure out these different outcomes. Like, the game itself would have to be forever changing.
Yeah, that PlayStation's
Yeah.
not going to make it past the first question.
Honestly, yeah, probably because when you put it like that, it sounds impossible.
Yeah.
Because then like you can't really have a linear story.
Yeah.
Now,
It's going to become webbed.
yeah, it's gonna become too webbed and like
You're gonna have like so many different outcomes and scenarios that the game itself is gonna have to process
Yeah.
and create. And then even if it were to create that, you may end up having another instance where, okay, I have another interaction, and now that creates like different outcomes.
Yeah.
So it's just like for every one interaction that they have, that's like over 100 to 1,000 different possibilities of outcomes, and then it just continues to keep growing.
yeah, that
There's
would
just so many different
that
unique
would-
outcomes.
that PlayStation will blow up
Yeah.
because
It wouldn't make it past the
Like the game
PS6.
itself would have to. It's a game that's not going to come out as a finished product. Because
Definitely
like,
or maybe they can do it in like they can limit it in the sense of like, yeah, you could say whatever you want, but maybe the game won't let you progress if you
Yeah.
want to be, I don't know, stubborn or
yeah,
head
because
ass or
the
whatever.
game, because these games are set up and developed to go for you as the player to go in a different path.
A very
So
specific one.
Yeah, right, a very specific one. So let's just say a game like Nier Automata having so many different endings. These are the options that you have to have these different endings,
Right.
or to at least get you to this ending,
Yeah.
or this scenario, based on the decisions that you make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely with a game like that, it would definitely need
I think
a lot of
Cyberpunk handled
endings.
that like the best. Where you, have,
Cyberpunk, yes.
where you have many paths, but the consequences you make will still take action a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you do have an AI, that your PS5 is going to become a grill at that point.
I mean, well, definitely not PS5. Maybe not even PS6.
It's
Maybe
gonna,
7.
It's going to be a PS George Foreman at that point.
Yeah, because
We don't even know at that point.
But I mean, I don't know if anyone in the game, like in the game dev like world, has thought of that. But if no one has, I'm patenting it right now. That's my fucking idea. So if anyone starts doing that shit in the future games, that was my idea.
It's going to be the soldier.
My
boy in his
idea.
comments.
I'm feeding you, whoever is listening. I'm feeding you, Sony. I know Sony is gonna fucking do some shit. I'm feeding you, Sony. I'm feeding.
And then you're just gonna like.
I'm
go
feeding
back on-
everybody.
you're gonna go back on Instagram and hey, remember when I said this?
I'm feeding everybody. Like, let it be known. What day is it today? Today is Sunday, September 29th. My idea.
2020.
I fucking said, yeah, 2024.
Oh my god, what? You just started on my calendar.
All right, so
Anyway, we could continue with
Yeah.
with the Concord.
yeah, so I mean, not much that we could talk about Concord
it
anyway
just
because
costs more.
it just
for the game being
it's
a liability.
it's a failure game that cost a lot of money, and we've already made our points on last episode in episode 99. So it's just like
Damn, 400.
400 million down the drain. So
I know
yeah,
that doesn't sound like much for them,
But it's a lot for us to process.
It's a lot for us. I mean, it's still a big hit for them because obviously they want to make more. They don't want to lose anything.
Yeah,
But-
you want to be able to make your money back and
Yeah.
then make more
Yeah.
than what you put into the
But still,
game.
it is a little dent, you know.
it
and
is. That does
400 million.
that packs a wallop.
That's why the PS5 Pro is about what $700. We got to
yeah.
we got to get that money back somehow.
But hey, you know what? I just gave them a great idea, so
They're not gonna use it.
I gave them a like $1 trillion idea, so they can make all that money.
Did we have any news about Wolverine? I just remember that game
Oh my God, yeah. When are we getting that?
I don't know.
because I saw the leaks
Fuck.
back then.
Yeah, I saw the leaks too, and I was just like, "Ooh, this does not look good." And I would say the biggest criminal offense
I think
was
they showed not even the alpha, like a pre-alpha. So I'll give it some credit.
like for me, I saw some of the gameplay of it, and I was just like, "Ew, this doesn't look too good." And then I saw how Jean Grey looked, and I'm like, "Oh my God, y'all made her look ugly as fuck."
Yeah, it's a cold world we live in.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what it. I do. It's like I don't know what's going on with the Western side of gaming, but it's becoming a obvious habit to where y'all are making women look ugly as fuck with these big masculine looking jaws and shit.
Bro.
Just like, bro, no.
It could be design
Just
or
take notes
it
from
better be an
Shift
early
Up,
design.
man.
If it's what they're truly showing, that might cause problems, low key.
Take notes from Shift Up. Look at all the money
Like
they
concept
made.
art is definitely an important thing to have when it comes to making characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
like-
what is that, bro?
If
That's why you
stick-
lost money.
If you stick to comic book or you stick to where the exact script, original content's understandable. But if there's like
Stick to the source.
if there's sources like comic books, movies, actors, references, and faces, but if you design your
But
own
this,
look,
this is all like its own thing.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. They're not referencing anything.
I mean, they are referencing a couple of things in this new Wolverine movie, not movie, but this game. But the one thing that stood out to me was just the fact that how ugly as fuck Jean Grey looked.
jeez,
I didn't even see it,
That's
and
like-
I don't want to see it.
that's like
Please
everyone's-
don't ruin Jean Grey for me. Actually, let me show me. Fuck it. I don't care.
You know what? Just
Oh, I'm gonna look.
It's
it up.
okay. I'm still so spoiled by Eve, that
Oh.
nothing can really phase me.
fair points. Should we go into the next topic or the second next one? In the meantime,
Hold on.
Which, by the
I'm trying
way,
to look for it.
I want to touch up on that new update that's coming out for Stellar Blade.
oh boy,
Bro, first of all, I was not expecting the Stellar Blade and Nier Automata like crossover. I
Oh, I didn't-
thought that was
I didn't know there was a crossover.
beautiful. Yeah, like they're giving Eve a 2B skin.
Oh, and I like how
Ew, bro.
like we're
I
not,
know.
What the fuck?
I know.
like we're not even showing
mean-
this on camera because of how bad it is. Please forgive us, folks.
How is she supposed to be like old as fuck or something?
I don't know, but it's just like God. That
Like
is.
like if they were trying to go for like I don't even want to call this a MILF, to be honest with you. It's just bad. If it's Jean Grey, she's supposed to be fucking
Let me
pretty.
bite. I haven't
Look at
seen
this.
this yet.
She kind of looks like an old version of Mary Jane from the game from Spider-Man. She looks like old Mary Jane, doesn't she?
She looked like Jimmy Neutron's mom, low key. My eyes.
Yo, wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, yeah, the facial structure. I hope that's an alpha. If that is what's truly going to be released, I am so sorry.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know why.
Why
they
does
are
Sony
pushing,
fuck up X-Men in particular?
They're pushing this stupid, like, ugly look on.
On female characters.
I
Why?
think it might be just a rushed artwork and not an actual concept.
Nah,
we have to see
man,
concept.
that takes time.
We have
That
to see the
shit-
concept art.
Yeah.
That shit took
even
time.
even with Marvel's Spider-Man 2, when you look at Jean Grey from Spider-Man 1 and then 2, it's just like, oh, y'all made her look ugly.
Yeah, dude.
Just like what is that? Ew.
Brother, ugh. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on with Western gaming. It's so obnoxious. Like,
Oh, I bet.
stop pushing the ugly shit on us.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
Just
what are you trying to prove? That
Beauty
you
is in
that
the
you
eye of
can't
the
sell
beholder.
shit? I mean, if that's what you're doing, then yeah, keep doing it. You're fucking proving yourself right.
As
That you
they
can't
s-
sell shit.
As they say, AJ, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But if everyone says the same thing,
If everyone says the same thing,
It's
yeah,
not the beholder
it's
anymore.
not the beholder.
It's a,
It's definitely not.
Fuck, man.
Jesus.
Like first it was with what's her name, with, at least for me, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mary Jane's supposed to be like
Hot.
the hottest thing that Peter Parker has ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know why they made her look like that. I
Yeah.
know they're trying to be realistic.
you know how
but,
many
like,
hot
come on,
you know how many hot things Peter Parker has had?
dude, bro,
Black Cat.
Felicia is,
Still
in
hot.
my opinion, the hottest thing that Peter has ever had. In
Yeah.
in every continuity, she is the hottest.
Agreed.
And in the game, they made her so hot. And then you look at Mary Jane, and I'm like, Peter, bro, come on, man. Like, come on. She's like,
Did
oh
they
my
see
God. I
her
know she's a thief, but who cares?
Let her rob you high.
Like, let her ruin your life. It's okay.
Respect.
It's okay. If she looks that fine,
For
let
those-
it happen.
Let it happen.
You're Spider-Man, dude. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
In theory.
In theory. Come
Literally.
on, bro.
Our next topic, the Nintendo Switch 2, or I don't know if that's gonna be the official name
Nintendo
for it,
Switch
but
2?
I'm
yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2, and I've been like looking at I've been looking more into this, and from what I've gathered, the upcoming successor to the Nintendo Switch is supposedly going to be as strong as like a base PS4,
Huh?
Damn.
but that's good.
I know.
That's
That's just hard to process.
At this point, well, can it compete with a Steam Deck though?
Probably not. Because,
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but that was like one of the big things that I took from it is the fact that it's going to be as strong as a base PlayStation 4,
And that's crazy.
and that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to have.
That is a really good thing. That's why I say it's insane, because you haven't seen much focus.
You're gonna be some. You're
Yeah.
gonna have some big games there coming for the Switch 2. Then
But if it's 30 frames per second is what I'm getting for a Nintendo game, I'm avoiding it,
True.
because the quality in the game just sucks. What do
okay,
you notice?
but so I know I keep comparing it to the Steam Deck, but like in a Steam Deck you can have 60 frames. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
If the game support on
If the-
Steam Deck.
If the
yeah.
game's okay, so damn. I mean, if it's gonna be as strong as a base PS4, base PS4 didn't have like 60 frames.
Oh, it did.
It
Certain, Yeah, for certain games,
For
it,
certain
did.
games.
Yeah, it did have
Okay,
60 frames.
so then it's possible. I mean, hey,
It is if Nintendo can afford it, but most
the-
likely it'll have to be docking mode
yeah.
Yeah.
if they have that same concept.
I think if when you're like taking it out wirelessly, I think it's going to be as strong as a base PS4 if you take it out wirelessly on the go and it's not docked. And I think docked, it'll be a little bit more stronger because now it has that
it would make more
it'll
sense.
have
Yeah.
it'll have that external output to put out even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing what the new Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be. I hear that the Joy-Cons are going to be magnetic rather than you slide them on.
What?
Oh, thank God.
Just magnetic. You know, just
Interesting.
I think that's a good failsafe, because the last time people had that issue, or the first models, they were able to mod them through the Joy-Con section. They were able to modify it so they can be hacked. I think they're preventing that as a good like contingency plan.
right.
Interesting.
Man, modded Switch were so cool.
Still is.
But you know what? We're still gonna get probably in
Okay.
same fucking games for a Nintendo
Of
Switch.
course you are.
Yeah, because it
The
sells like
same
Mario game
fucking
sells,
games.
Mario Kart game sells, Mario Party game sells, Legend of Zelda game
Dude,
sells.
yeah.
There's gonna be another Smash Bros game that's gonna sell. So
Vendors gonna be the fake emulators where it's not really an emulator. They just
All right,
have-
make us the next Smash Bros. Make it 12v12. I want to see that. 12v12. 12 Captain Falcons on each team.
I almost choked on water. Holy shit.
12 to
That's a
12.
lot to process.
that is chaos right there.
Yeah.
That Switch is gonna switch itself to death.
Yes, that's what I want to
Like
see.
it ain't gonna make it
If
alive.
it's gonna be that strong, I want to see
12 Falcons.
24 Captain Falcons on the field.
Bruh.
Oh.
And I also did read that the price range is gonna go from I think 400 to 500.
I can see that.
That's-
possible.
Yeah,
It's not as bad as the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Reading Mad King's comment, there's a mock-up where it's like a DS. That's so cool, actually.
And they turn the screen vertically, and the cons would go to the side, and you could play DS games. Ah, nice.
That is a cool concept, low-key.
The first Switch was like what, 300, 400?
Yeah.
Yeah, 300.
Okay,
I still have my first one here.
400, 500. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I literally have left it for Flynn's ever since
I still
purchased
have
it.
my Switch that I hardly ever touch.
That thing is just good paperweight. I do want to mod it eventually. I didn't say that out loud. None of y'all heard this. But yeah, that's a cool idea, low key. Like the mock-up of it, of a Switch turning to a DS, because DS was a good fan favorite.
Yeah.
Even a 3DS.
And yeah, and it held up for a long time. Even surpassed the PSP
Yeah.
and the PS Vita
Unfortunately. Well,
Unfortunately, indeed.
yes. I mean, fortunately for them, but you know.
because there was a lot of support going for it.
Yeah.
A lot of support, and of course it was portable, it was on the go, and more developers were putting out games on the 3DS and the DS as well. So it kept the life cycle of those consoles, well, not consoles, but those handhelds, longer and longer, to the point where it surpassed the PSP, it surpassed the PS Vita. And the reason why it did is because PlayStation, or Sony for that matter, they just stopped supporting the PlayStation Vita, because I've said it before in previous podcasts that the PS Vita should have came out when they announced the PSP Go, which was like a smaller PSP, but you could just slide it up.
Yeah.
There's and it came with Bluetooth, and it also had onboard storage, internal storage. So that's what it came with, and I'm just like, instead of announcing that, y'all should have announced the Vita. But they didn't. They announced the Vita a little bit later. Fine, cool. Games for it, cool. But then there was not a lot of support coming from Sony to continue to keep the Vita going. And
That
that's
would've
what
been interesting.
and that's what gave Nintendo the edge, literally. Because when the PSP did come out, that's when Nintendo started really to be like, all right, we got to innovate. Because at that time, when the PSP did come out, I think that's when the Nintendo DS was also coming around at that time, and they were just going
DS was great.
neck and neck at it.
They're going band for band with literal games.
The
And-
DS was great. God, I love it.
And I remember the PSP. It was not only a gaming system, but it was also a portable media system, because you could watch your movies on it. You could watch
to music.
you can have your music on it. I remember my shit had music, had videos, things like that. I also had photos on it. Like, it was my portable media before we had smartphones.
Yeah.
So it was everything all in one, and you could just take it on the go. And at the time, the Nintendo DS did not have those capabilities. So that's what gave the PSP a huge push. And then you had the PS Vita come out. Cool. It was a little bit late, but at that time, Nintendo has already, knew the era of their mistakes, and they're still putting out good games, still supporting it. And eventually, Sony just said, F it, we're just not going to support the Vita anymore. Because I think the biggest thing that killed them is, one, it was the support, and two, the fact that they tried to have like a cellular service onto it, but it was only limited to AT&T.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Vita mod world going on. Well, you can mod anything at this point.
Yeah. I still have my Vita.
Is it worth it to grab one?
Never had one. Still have my PSP.
I don't know if it's worth it to grab one at this point in life.
I mean,
Probably not.
there are games on the Vita, but there's like really not that many. The PSP, there's a lot of games for the PSP,
They
but
ported Soul Calibur into it. Holy shit, that's based.
like, one of my favorite features that the Vita did have was the fact that I could play my PS4 games. If I was in the same room under the same internet, I can play my PS4 games on my PS Vita.
Dude, I would
Okay,
love,
that's kind of cool.
I would have loved if they did it for PS5, but it's way too late in the game. I mean,
Yeah, because now PlayStation has the little stupid PlayStation Portal. I'm just like,
that's stupid.
yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's a dumb concept, low key.
It's
It's
a
like
$200 waste of money.
It's like, here's an iPad for your PS5 that's right in front of you. You can use it while you're taking shit or something.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, because people was hoping that the PlayStation Portal would have been the one thing that could have gave the Steam Deck a run for its money because now you can play your PS5 games on the go. But it's like, oh no, you can't do that. This is just another piece of accessory if you just wanna. Your PS5's over there, with your TV or your monitor. But hey,
Okay,
you have your
Matt Kings, you're
thing,
convincing me now.
and you can just play it within the same area. And just like, then I'd rather just play it on my big TV or my monitor.
Honestly,
If that's the case, instead of just dumping $200 on it.
I'm now convinced. I didn't know you could play PS1 games on it.
Yeah.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, portability and consoles nowadays, it's a little bit wacky. Nintendo Switch 2, I can't see any. Well, Nintendo's still going to make money no matter what.
Yeah.
Pokemon is the one thing that's keeping them alive still. And it's just the franchise itself, not even the games.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what next Pokemon they're developing, but I feel like it's going to be really dumb and come 6 months after announcing it because it's made by Game Freak that doesn't even really know how to animate much. They just copy and paste whatever they've used, like from Legend
Hey,
of
if
Zelda.
it works and it sells them money, that's all. That's all that
Arceus.
matters. It makes the millions.
I did like the Dark Souls concept of Arceus, though. I will say that. But then Pokemon Sword and Shield felt like a joke. And Scarlet... What was it? I keep forgetting.
Scarlet and Violet.
Thank you, Scarlet and Violet. There was like way too much in one Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Too many Pokemon for me to keep up with.
Yeah, I cannot
Yeah.
remember the new gens, whether it saves
No.
my life.
Nah.
They're
I
all
feel-
just weird now. Whatever the fuck they're coming up with, they all just
There's-
sound and look weird.
I was just like asking people which one's their favorite starter Pokemons.
At this point, they should just make a Pokemon MMO.
Low key. Not another Dark Souls.
That'd be crazy.
Pokken, I would say, is a possibility.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to see a Pokemon fighting game where they mimic Tekken.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Pikachu literally mimics Heihachi, and it's the funniest thing.
I like that.
Electric Wing God Fizz. Electric Wing God Fizz. Doya, Doya, Doya. Anyways, not important. Sorry, I had a spaz moment, but
It's all good.
yeah, consoles, portability, I dig it. I hope Nintendo actually has some good bangers that are worth that aren't very generic. As much as I hate to say it, the keyword's generic. Because we already know the next Mario game is going to come out, or another Sonic that's going to be adapted to it.
Yeah.
And Sega's probably just going to be like hauling ass with all these old games just for it specifically.
Hey, if it makes the money, it makes the money.
Hell yeah. We just hope it's good quality at least that we
Yeah.
can play.
Yeah.
And we can talk about here respectfully. If not, disrespectfully here. That's how this podcast goes.
Yeah. Next topic is Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Ken and Cammy revealed as guest characters, and I was not expecting this,
Oh.
but I had a feeling they're gonna announce some guest characters. I thought it was gonna be Christian Roldonado, the soccer player.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yeah. I thought it was gonna be him, but lo and behold, it was Ken and Cammy are coming to Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
I think he's definitely going to be a guest character, and I hate to say it.
Who?
Cristian Ronaldo.
Yeah, that'd be very unique.
It's so
Fatal
funny.
Fury. Let me look this
But-
up.
So I saw that too. There's a reason why. When I was at Island Paradise, someone explained it to me. It's because if you look at the end stories of Ken and Chun-Li, they're heading towards another spot. Or I think Ken says, "I'll see you next time," and that referred to Fatal Fury. Like it was a little secret coming out, like a little subtle secret. It's like, where the hell is he going? He's homeless, or he was framed by the Shadowloo story. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, anyways. But Chun-Li being there is low-key dope. I like how the game is evolving.
Yeah,
Then also, the back you buy the game, the season pass is practically free.
yeah,
They're giving you free characters. That is the realest thing a fighting game can do.
yeah. That's why with this game, everyone should support it. Buy the game, so that way that should be the standard for fighting games. So where if I buy your game day one, the season pass should be attached to it. So that way, hey, I get all these new characters, and it's not a $70 game; it's $60.
Yeah, and that's fair and balanced. Perfect.
Yeah,
Finally.
so that should be a standard for fighting games because Tekken 8 being $70.
And then buying like a $24, $30 season pass.
I mean, I want to say
You want to justify it?
yeah, I want to justify it, but
It's hard to.
it's very hard. Like Street Fighter 6 being $60 and the season pass is $30 and you get all the characters throughout the 1 year. Cool. The only one that I feel like is not justified is Mortal Kombat 1.
Never. So yeah, me and the boys were talking about this in Island. The fact that you have to pay another extra like, what, $30-$40 just to get 4 characters, or if you wait 2 weeks, you can buy the individual characters you're after. I found it stupid as hell. You're getting a new story, you're getting your new characters, all for an extra $30 after spending. I spent $100. I'm not touching that game ever again.
Weren't those characters not available day one anyway? Like
No.
if you pre-ordered the game or bought the $100 version,
You had to wait
you had to wait still.
because,
That is fucking
and
stupid.
then 4 tournaments beforehand, you had to, like, if they released a character at least a week for pre-release people or people who order early, that tournament will ban the character. Then for the next one, it's fair game. It's a cycle. Like, they banned Peacemaker in one tournament
Bro, get out of here.
because they don't want people to just be like under inexperienced. They want equal footing, which is respectable. I will say that for tournaments, they're looking out for like the average person
Yeah.
or like the casual who wants to get cooked by non-DLC.
Yeah. That's why, like, with Mortal Kombat 1, I mean, even with the new Chaos Reigns, I heard the story was ass.
I probably will just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it on YouTube because I was like, oof, that doesn't sound too good. So, and then, of course, you have the characters with, like, Cyrax, Sector, and Noob. And when I was, like, looking at Noob's, like, his combos and all the stuff that he can do, I was just like, this game can be played with no cameos.
Yes, 100% it
Oh
can.
yeah.
This game can be 100% be played with no cameos. I just wish it was a thing. But Mortal Kombat being Mortal Kombat, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. I mean, the guest characters are dope. I will say that. I mean, that's the one thing I like about Mortal Kombat. They have like outside guest characters. The weirdest one is Ghostface still. MNT 9000 from Terminator. And then you have Conan the Barbarian.
Okay, Conan's cool.
But the thing is, who's going to voice him is the question.
We'll just have to wait and find out.
Conan?
Yeah, who's going to voice him?
Who else can voice Conan?
Oh, yeah.
The only person who played Conan.
Yeah. I thought he was voiced by Arnold for some reason.
He is.
Yeah, because last Mortal Kombat, Arnold wasn't the voice of it. It was an impersonator.
Wait,
for-
what?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah. And the same thing with Homelander for this Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I know Homelanders. It was a different person,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is weird, but whatever.
So yeah,
I
that's
did not know that. What the hell?
Yeah, it was an impersonator. One
That's
of like-
funny.
Yeah, that's serious. So that's why I asked that question in seriousness. I'm like, who's gonna voice him?
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, yeah, like fucking who else would?
Because if it's Arnold,
I didn't.
fair game. They'll get people buying the game, playing as him just because you can hear him, but he's most likely not gonna touch it. I'll put money on this.
That you're talking about when he was the impersonator was when they brought Terminator, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because nobody knew who
Damn.
was voicing him.
Damn.
It was so weird.
Whatever.
I do want to say when it comes to just to, get back on topic. I do want to say when it comes to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves with Ken and Cammy being in the game, the common thing that people are saying is that we are getting closer and closer to a Capcom versus SNK 3
When was the last one released?
back in the PS2 era.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna look at the date. I'm nosy.
I think it was 2001.
That was a long time ago.
So we're getting much closer to a Capcom versus SNK 3 because you already have Terry, who came from the Fatal Fury franchise. He's in Street Fighter 6. And now we're having 2 Street Fighter characters going to Fatal Fury. So we're having this crossover between these two gaming companies that have done crossovers before. So
2001.
yeah. So
And
with
then- oh, I'm sorry. Wait, there's SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos.
Yeah.
2003.
yeah, so that was another thing people were alluding to. Maybe it's a SVC. We're gonna get a sequel to the next SVC Chaos, or another Capcom versus SNK 3. It's gonna be one of those 2 games because of the fact that we're having characters from their respective franchises crossing over. Capcom is known for doing this, having crossovers with other games, with like Marvel, with Tatsunoko, and so on and so forth. I'm trying to remember, but those are the ones that just stick out in my mind. So with that, the possibilities of up and coming. Oh, Tekken. So the possibilities with another crossover is most likely going to happen. I think Capcom would be the ones to do it because right now Capcom is still riding on a good high because Street Fighter is doing well. The Resident Evil games are doing well. The next Monster Hunter game, I know that is going to do well. And Capcom had last year, they had the Capcom Cup, which was a $2 million tournament. That did well. So with all these things going so well for Capcom, if they were to throw in another fighting game, they would do well. And of course, the fighting game community as a whole would be eaten.
And they love Capcom.
Yeah.
Because Capcom does know how to serve properly.
Yeah, because this new era of Capcom, they've learned their mistakes. And they realize that, we're going to give the gamers what they want. And they've been delivering, which is a good thing.
What I did like is how they announced immediately about year 2.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, here's some King of Fighters gifts. Good luck. And plus they made Terry look so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta play him next.
Yeah, I plan to play Terry as well. It's just, I got to finish Wukong.
You going the modern route?
Nope.
Oh my god, it's a first anyway. But yeah, I don't know if there will be another Third Strike, but I would look forward to seeing it. I do want to learn that game as well. Street Fighter Third Strike, one of the older games.
Mm-hmm.
I was told I'll be good just because I can, I jump a lot and I also do a lot of parries. I'm calling myself out for my own clan anyways.
Next topic is Power World is finally coming to the PlayStation 5.
It took them a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I see this as a good thing.
Yeah.
They're slowly bringing back their base because there's been a lot of shooters. There's been a lot of like craftings and all these other games coming out, and getting for people that are on the PS5 segment could possibly just be sparking up a lot of like normal solid gameplay that people have missed.
Yeah.
And also for content creators who only use a PS5.
Yeah, and the best thing about Power World coming to the PS5 is that more gamers are going to now get to experience this. I wonder if there is going to be crossplay with Xbox and PC players. If that is the thing, then hey, everyone's eating good. And it's funny that Power World is coming to the PS5 despite the fact that
That case is on point.
Yeah, just in time for Nintendo to sue it, because it's like Power World, they've made a lot of money.
This guy's on
The
point.
developers have made a lot of money, so it's just like, hey, we're gonna make even more money, so that way.
And this is what, the second or third lawsuit that'll probably kick in.
I don't know. I think it's maybe their second one.
I thought it was their third because they complained about the same thing like 3 different times already. We're tired.
Yeah, so there's that legal battle that Power World is gonna have to go up against with Nintendo and whatnot, and it's very interesting when you look at it because you have people who are the people who are from Japan, the gamers in Japan, they're rooting for Nintendo to take down Power World.
That's crazy.
And yet, the people on the West, on the U.S. side, were rooting for Power World to win over Nintendo.
Which is still the funniest thing. Where
Yeah.
your own country doesn't support your own game is crazy. That's insane.
Yeah,
And yet,
because Power World is from a Japanese developer.
yeah. And also the fact
That's
that
so funny.
one of the developers, or actually one of the people who actually made the guns, was a gun enthusiast.
That's
In Japan, that's a
actually
teenager.
so funny. I did not know the developers were Japanese.
Yeah.
I thought they were from here.
It's like the people that.
That is so.
Oh my
fucking
god! I just realized something. It's like how we say that we're otakus.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese will most likely say like, "Hey, we're Americans at this point."
Yeah, they're sure as hell acting like them.
Oh my god. US Slay, anyways, not important now, but that was corny. But just seeing the fact that you're watching your own country fight for their lives over a game that has guns, not even a whole capture concept.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Power World is pretty much a more mature Pokemon game, but it's just like it's really not Pokemon. But I can see some of the similarities.
And then the mods.
And with the what?
Do you remember that one guy who got sued by Nintendo for making exact Pokemon mods?
Yeah,
I forgot we talked about this like a long time ago, but that just came back up. It's like, oh yeah, $15 and you can have an Ash Ketchum and like a bunch of you can have a Lopunny. I'm like, excuse me,
a Lopunny.
Lopunny. Not important.
yeah. So Power World's coming to the PS5. Good news, and the devs of Power World, they're gonna make more money. So
Oh, we're just gonna
So
watch them cook.
I don't think they're too concerned with Nintendo. I think they've expected this. So the fact that
they did.
So the fact that they're still making money, and now it's going to be on the game's going to be on another bigger platform like PlayStation. Hey, it's more money for them. They ain't worried about Nintendo. They just worried about getting the bread, making money. If they gotta pay out a settlement, fine, whatever. But it's just Nintendo being Nintendo is like, even if you were to try to copy a minor thing from them, they're gonna come after you with a cease and desist or whatnot.
You step on the pipe, you're gonna be seeing 25 to life at this point.
Yep.
Nintendo's that sensitive.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
As long as you're not emulating and selling it, you're fine.
Yeah. But other than that, our next topic, and I think it's our final topic, and that is that I remember I saw this on Twitter. I forgot to pull it up or whatnot, but it's about how games like are going away, not physical game,
But digital copies.
yeah, where more gamers are buying their games digitally than physical. So the point of releasing like a physical disc for a game, that's slowly going to start going away.
Damn.
And you look at the PS5 Pro, what do you see? No disc. They want you to buy the disc drive separately because that is just their sign of saying, hey, we're going to slowly start going away from physical to just digital only, because they see it in the analytics that most gamers buy their games digitally than physical. And I remember I saw a reel on Instagram. Shout out to TVFGC, and I put out a comment saying that it is our fault as gamers, because the fact that digital just make things, buying a game digitally just makes things a lot convenient for us, because now you don't have to get up, take out the disc, and put a new disc in and whatnot.
You just load it up.
Yeah, you just load it up and you're ready to go. And nowadays, even if you do buy a game disc for the PS5, you put it in, now you got to wait for the PS5 to copy it. So you don't even get to play the game right away. And I hate that.
It sucks.
I hate that. And when I say that I do blame us gamers for allowing this to happen, is because we got so used to convenience.
We got used to streaming.
Yeah, because I would say back in the PS3 era, when we can buy our games digitally without having to go to GameStop and wait in line, and then they're sold out, so we can't get the game. We can't play the game. Now we could just download the game digitally from the store and we're able to play it. And now that physical media is going to slowly start going away. Mm-hmm. And I remember today I just had a conversation with Waluigi where in California, the governor, Gavin Newsom, is putting a bill into law saying that if you're selling media online, you need to let the consumer know that you don't own it. Yeah, you don't own this media, and this is gonna affect. Yeah,
it sounds like renting with extra steps.
Yeah, like you're just acquiring the license, but you don't own the game.
You, dude.
But when I saw and read that, I was like, for the first time, we have a politician that's actually on the side of the gamers,
and that's an honesty.
And it's honesty, because we're made to believe that, hey, if we buy this game digitally, we own it. Mm-hmm. But the reality is we don't own it.
We just borrowing the license.
Yeah,
with just paying our money.
Right. And a good example of what just happened recently was when Concord failed and flopped, they started pulling away from the digital stores and even from your own account.
What?
Yeah. So
they actually pulled it out?
Yeah. PlayStation pulled Concord out of your own account that you paid for. Granted, they reimbursed you your money, but the fact that you bought it and that was your choice, PlayStation did not give you a choice on, no, I want to keep this. Mm-hmm. So that just goes to show you that you really don't own these digital games.
Nope.
You just have the license to play the game at any given time that you want. And if your account were to be compromised, well, guess what?
I was ready to say that. Maccane's actually caught it right on the spot. They learned from PT, which is that Silent Hill game that was super exclusive.
Yeah.
It was like a one-shot where it was a demo.
Yep.
And people sold their...
I've ever played.
And like people sold their PS4s for like thousands of dollars because of playing this one single demo.
Yep, I still have mine.
Yeah, that thing is probably 2,000 right now.
Remember that thing I sent you, that on Instagram that said that PT
Yeah.
coming back, but I don't think it's true.
No, it's not coming back.
No.
Silent Hill 2 is like in the development, but PT was its own little thing that scared the hell out of everybody. People like debunked that game so heavy.
That game was was scary as fuck.
And the fact is, you're just walking through and you're just having something follow you. That eeriness.
And I brought this with me because
Ooh, you got the demonstration too.
yeah, I got this demonstration because guess what? I buy my games physical.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I buy my games physical. Like
It's been a while since I last saw that thing. I remember when you put PS2 games in there.
I have my PS4 games.
Like, that is classic.
I have my Xbox 360 games.
The
Halo,
orange box. Holy shush.
Gears 1, 2,
Halo.
and 3.
The best one. That's the best one.
I
right there.
I have mine in my storage, Loki.
That's the best one.
I have my PS3 games. Yeah, I have God of War collection, God of War 3,
Oh my God.
original God of War 3, Mass Effect collection.
Kingdom Hearts.
It's my boy right there. That's my boy right there.
Oh my God, that's your new personality of the year.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
yeah. I have
God
all
of
my
War.
physical games and even my PS2 games. I still
Budokai
have.
Tenkaichi 3.
Yes,
Holy shit.
all SOCOM. So when people ask me why I like
Oh.
SOCOM so much, I have all of them. The best ones, the best version of SOCOM were on the PS2. Yeah, I keep all my physical
Super
media.
Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, and even digital copies still cost the same as hard copies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's an
Fuck
insane
that.
factor. It should be at least $10 less or $15 less.
Yeah, because the fact that you don't have the physical media and you don't have to pay to have the actual disc, which putting it on
And you're
disc
still
does cost
downloading.
money. What's up?
You're still downloading.
Yeah,
That's the fucked up part.
You're downloading both of them either way, so it's like,
Yeah,
How the
so in
fuck
case
is the
you buy,
cost the same?
so in case you buy a digital copy, you can just play it, which is stupid.
it's fucking dumb.
so for me, that's why I always buy my game. I try to buy my games as physical as much as possible, and I hated the fact that Wukong I could not have the physical disc version of it because they said that it's gonna come out later. But I hate, yeah, it's coming out later in
Oh,
the year.
silver. Is that okay?
What's up?
Where it said the storage is full.
Ooh, SD card is full. Don't worry, we're still recording it.
Oh,
So I
thank,
just
oh, thank God.
yeah, that's-
Had to make sure.
yeah. So with that, what I was gonna say, the fact that
Wukong's coming out later.
yeah, Wukong is coming out later, but now you're not gonna have the sale numbers that you would want to have if it came out, if the physical and digital came out at the same time.
Yeah.
Now you're just be like, oh, we're gonna put the physical later at a later date. But if you want to play the game now, buy digital. You're pretty much making physical purchases obsolete by separating the dates instead of them having them
That's
together.
fucking. I swear.
Like,
Because-
I'm not paying for packing and distribution.
Because Wukong does that, and then of course the Marvel vs. Capcom collection is doing that as well. To where if you want to play the collection now, you could get it now on the PlayStation
But
Store.
hey, you don't own it.
But if you want the physical version, you got to wait all the way till November. By that time,
Hell.
a lot of people have already played the game. They're not gonna want to go out and buy the physical version, even though if it's $50.
I'd rather just
So
wait.
it's just by separating physical and digital game releases, by having them separate instead of together, you're just now giving people the incentive of, if you want this now, get it digitally. You're creating that demand to where now you want to play the game. All right, get it on the digital store, or wait a couple of months until you can finally get it on disc. And I hate that. Just release them together, but it's done on purpose so that way that gives game companies and game corporations an excuse to be like, we're just gonna go digital only from here on out because the physical sales don't match. But yet they're doing the separate release of the same game of physical and digital media. I hate that.
Yeah, no.
I really hate that.
Yeah.
And that's why I urge people to be like, yo, if you can buy your games physical, buy them physical. Because once we enter in this new era of digital only, you don't know if the game is going to be available for a longer period of time. You don't even know if your account is going to be available for a long period of time, because at any given moment, you can just lose your account. Your online account can be compromised, and that's it. You lose everything. Like me, I have a lot of games digital. And if I lose my account, I'm fucked. Because my account is, I would say, worth $1,000. Many other people, I'm pretty sure it's the same or even more.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they have such a huge backlog of games that they don't have the physical version. So if their online account is fucked, then guess what? All those games that you had gone. Which is why having physical means even if my account's fucked up, at least I have the physical version of the game. I'll just have to make another account and I can still play this game and still enjoy it. That's why I don't for me now. I don't trade in none of my older consoles because the fact that I can still play them. Like I still have my PS2 games, I still have my PS1 games, I still have my PS3 games, I still have my PS4 games. I'm not getting rid of them. Why? I still enjoy them because at any given point, I can always go back and play them. And when people say that, especially like game devs saying that, well, you gamers are not going to have enough games to play later down the line, I'm like, bitch, I have a backlog of games. I have a lot of retro games
too.
I have a lot of games I can go back and replay. I have a bunch of games I have not even touched, like the Mass Effect collection. I've never played Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3.
Me either.
Never have I.
But guess what? I have the collection. All I need is a working PS3, which I still have, and I can play it.
Me personally, if you're trying to find games, I'd say check Facebook, check your thrift shops, look online, offer up.
Yeah,
if
you'll own nothing and be happy. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
fuck you.
Oh, fuck that. The only thing I just discourage is people going to DK oldies.
Yeah.
There's that whole controversy that happened where they half-assed their consoles and such and pre-owned and everything just looks filthy.
Yeah, no.
They just show someone cleaning like a random console. Hey, this is for this buyer. And then everybody else just gets dirt.
Yeah, which is why if you can find a local antique shop or a retro shop that's like selling old consoles and old games, support them.
Hell
Buy stuff from them. Put the word out there on social media. Like from time to time on my IG, I always put out way back when antiques because they have retro consoles, and I've bought some of my retro consoles from there. I bought my PSP from there, my Vita from there. I've bought my DS from there. I bought like a whole bunch of other like retro consoles and games from there. So it's like support them. And of course, when you go to conventions as well, look for those vendors that are selling retro games.
Yeah.
Support them.
Unless the prices are not right.
Yeah.
Because some people will scalp the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
But yes, and I'll also say no because it also depends on how rare it is. Like if you want a rare, like an actual authentic copy of, let's just say, Pokemon Emerald on the Game Boy Advance, you're looking to pay over $50 to $60.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Because it's a very rare game and people want it. Or let's just say it's a DS game and it's Pokemon Platinum or Diamond and Pearl. Like it's the actual authentic game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. I'm talking about the people that spend like over $100 on like a small cartridge that doesn't even have the box or the instructions or anything.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
well, I mean, that's fine with the cartridge and box, but still.
Yeah, like you want the authentic thing.
But if you're charging me just a small little piece without any of the official stuff, fair game. I mean, it doesn't have to be sealed, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Buy your retro consoles. They're still out there. All you have to do is just give it some TLC, and it'll still work. My PS2 still work. My PS3 still work. My PS4 Pro is here at the arcade. That still works.
As mine.
Yeah, it still works.
Be a pirate.
My PS1 still works. My N64 still works. I don't have a GameCube, but I got to get a GameCube. I have a Wii. That still works. I have a Wii U. That still works.
Damn.
Yeah.
I need to find a PS2 and scavenge for my memory cards.
I have a PS1. I still have my memory cards for my PS2.
Yeah. Memory cards, yes, you got to get those memory cards because back then we did not have the online
You know what I'm using
memory.
mine? I need to find a drive that's USB plug-in up so I can put like my PS2 memory card in my PC just so I can emulate.
They make those. You just have to find them on like places like Amazon or eBay. I would say Amazon.
I think I might do that because I would like to emulate some games like from back then.
Because I know that there are some memory cards where you could put like a micro SD card inside of them.
Ooh.
And it'll like just boot up and load games into that console. So it's like you'll have so many games on this little micro SD card, and in it has like every game. I know here at Flynn's we have like a Nintendo 64 cartridge.
Yes.
Where there's like a micro SD card and you can play every N64 game.
I think I'll try to find one for IPC or something. Because I'm afraid I don't think Sony's gonna do like another mini PlayStation.
You know, you need to hit up if you're like looking for like if you want like mod like retro consoles or whatnot to have like every game. Nostal Gaiden, hit them up
got
on
it.
Instagram.
Ooh, got it. Shouts out to
I'm
them.
gonna give them a shout out too
Hell yeah.
because I know that they do mod stuff like that.
I'll keep that
Nice.
in mind.
Yeah, so get to if you want that retro stuff, you want to own it, you want to make sure you own these games for a long period of time. Check out these places, in your local community because I'm pretty sure they're there, they exist. And even if you don't find them there, then go to like a gaming convention. There's usually maybe 2, 3, 4 vendors that are selling retro consoles and retro games. Get it from there.
Always. Support your locals, support your local shops, events, all that other stuff.
And buy your games physical because you never know. Like Warhammer, yes, I bought that digital and that's on me because I could not get it physical anywhere. Like surprisingly.
What?
Yeah.
Question: if you, let's say, you do find Warhammer physical,
Mhm.
you can, let's say you buy it. Can you still like put it in
Yeah.
and it'll still be like the same?
You'll
like
pick
the
up
same.
where it
Yeah.
left off.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, all
Pretty
right.
much you have a physical and digital, which seems like a waste of money for some folks.
It does. Yeah, well, yeah.
But hey, if you have no internet somewhere, well, that still would be a waste of money. What am I saying?
Yeah. And I also hate the fact that most games require online connectivity, even though it's a single player game.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why it's best to just own games to the point where I don't have to be online to play this game.
Yeah,
That's why you look back at the PS4 era and PS3 era to where you put a game disc inside the console, you played the full game. And especially without no internet.
how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Agreed.
Hate the fact that I need internet to download a offline game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Sigh.
Yeah. And our last topic is just upcoming podcast plan. So our podcast plan pretty much is going to be like Sunday in the afternoon. We'll start having guests coming back. And on Thursdays, if Waluigi is available on Thursday nights, it'll be from around, I would say 8:30 to maybe up to 10 to where we'll talk about gaming topics, like stuff that's happening in gaming news or whatnot. So it'll be one day of we're going to have a guest and another day we're going to talk about gaming news. So that way you guys are now getting 2 days out of the week of content from us. So that way we can now keep a nice rhythm going. And I think our next podcast guest would have to be the guys down at Miami at ROK Esports.
That's the next project.
So we're not going to bring our setup down there. We're going to just do the episode down there because they already have like a podcast stuff set up.
Nice.
So we'll be down there doing the podcast episode there, and they'll be our first guest after 101. No,
Yeah.
101 or 102. And then Thursdays is just gaming news because guess what? Every week there's always going to be something.
There's something new popping up.
Yeah, something new popping
We want to
up.
break down the most valuable things for you guys.
Yeah,
And I think it's important. Like, not everything has to be a good gaming news, but if we find something so iconic, we have to hit you guys up. We have
Yeah,
to let you guys
definitely.
know what we see is new and what we see is relevant, our opinions and your topics.
yeah. And another thing that I do want to do, and this is something later down the line, is to allow call-ins for some of our episodes. I think not our guest episodes, but I would say our Thursday episodes will allow people to call in. I just have to buy the one feature for my
Oh, like the audio jack or some sort?
no, it's an actual it's a device that connects to this mixer to where if I have to connect the phone, and then by connecting the phone I can also allow people to call a number. It's not going to be my phone number, but they're going to call a phone number, and then then we'll be able to hear them. They'll be able to hear us, and those that are watching on stream, you'll be able to hear them as well. And just get some thoughts on certain gaming topics and whatnot. So we'll do call-in shows, and maybe some Thursdays we'll be like, it's just gonna be nothing but call-in shows. And if you want to call in and talk about games and whatnot for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, so that way other people can talk in and whatnot, we'll be doing that. So those are some plans that we'll be doing for the podcast going forward. So that way we're bringing you guys more unique and interesting content, but we're still going to keep the mission strong. And that is, we want to hear your gaming story. We want you on the podcast, and there is no price or fee. It's just that there is an application process,
Yeah.
which I have to go and update, but guest episodes is going to be on Sundays in the afternoon. And because this actual podcast room that we're in, it is going to be rented out to other people to do podcasts in here as well for the arcade. So that's another feature is that other people can, they're going to pay to do a podcast episode here, which will bring more revenue to the arcade. But for us, our days is going to be Sunday in the afternoon and then Thursdays in the evening.
Sweet.
Alrighty. I'm looking forward to it.
And with that, that covers pretty much everything today on this podcast episode. Y'all got anything y'all want to say? Any final thoughts? AJ?
Nah. I think I've said everything I needed to say in these topics. I'm excited for Sparking Zero. I'm not really looking forward to any other games besides that one right now. Oh, and of Stellar Blades update, which I don't think they announced a date for that.
No.
But
No, not yet.
whatever, I'm here for it. And I mean, they did add jiggle physics in Stellar Blade, so I need to start playing that again.
Oh my god.
Nothing. No, that's those were all my sense. Yeah, that idea again, my idea. I'm patenting it right now. I said it first. So Sony, I'm watching you.
Oh goodness gracious, not again.
Waluigi?
First and foremost, thank y'all for tuning in for our 100th episode. It's been a great honor for us.
Yes.
Like we said earlier in the beginning, we've gone through a lot of trials, tribulations, places, spots, locations, events, drama, trauma, etc. We are so happy that you guys can join us for this day to honor. I'm very happy to have been able to continue on with Silverback and AJ. And being looking on, sorry, I'm just reading comments just to be safe, but definitely thank you guys first and foremost once again. It's been an honor to be on 100 episodes and 100 more. That's all I got in my system right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, that random question just popped me up.
I'll answer that one. Before I give you guys my closing thoughts. Twitch Vizon
Vision?
has said if you can have Hollywood make any live action movie based on a video game, what would it be? I'd say Street Fighter.
They already made a Street Fighter movie.
They made 2 of them.
Yeah. For me,
They already made Mortal Kombat too.
yeah, and I don't like that one either.
What? The old ones?
The old ones are okay.
The new one just sucks.
Oh no! I'm not talking about
the new
the
ones suck ass.
I'm not talking about the new one.
Because I am so heavy on Mortal Kombat lore, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I will say a good one. I would say Dante's Inferno.
Ooh.
Yes,
That's
bro.
a very straightforward.
Yes.
Dante's Inferno. That would be good
You know what?
because you already know you're dealing with demons and whatnot, and you can CGI the fuck out of
You're
that.
dealing with a lot of
The
shit.
9 layers of hell.
You're
Yeah.
dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's got to be a rated R movie.
Yeah. So that's just my what would it be? That mine's would be Dante's Inferno. AJ.
Shit, man. That's a hard one. Fuck. I think for me, they already made a Halo series, so fuck that. They already dropped the ball on that. I'm not gonna say it. Actually,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna
if
go
it's
back to
stellar.
some of my shooter roots.
Oh.
Gears of War.
That would be really good because it doesn't have to be based on the game. It could be based off
They have been
the
teasing
books.
a Gears of War movie for so long.
I don't think they're gonna do
Please,
it.
what is the holdup? Please make it happen. I would love to, but don't obviously they'll ruin it. Follow the actual story of the game. That would be an amazing. That would be an amazing, and it would have to be 3 movies.
Okay. Waluigi.
I have 2 answers.
All right.
One, to be incredibly cursed, I would say a Super Smash Bros. Movie. I want to see a disaster be made.
That would be.
That would be it.
And then my second choice for seriousness, I would say the Darkness series with Jackie Estacado.
Ah.
Mainly because you can follow the comic book or the video game. You have two options. You can either A, make it very graphic, novel, hear the monologues, the POVs, and the stories. Or B, you can just have your own twist with the comic books and feature Batman. You can choose whichever Batman. It's fair game. As long as it's not Robert Patterson. I said it. Yeah, those are my two choices.
Alrighty. And Mad King says Onimusha 3. That's also a really good pick.
Ooh.
That's also a
would be
good
better.
pick. But yeah, I'll close it out. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in on
you.
episode 100 of the South Florida Gamers podcast. And hey, we finally made it to this new milestone, and I'm excited. And the one thing I can definitely say when it comes to doing a podcast is that you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to just do it. Do it. Go for it. And you don't need like a fancy elaborate setup. You can just literally just do it off your phone. You can just do one off your phone. You just have to have the mindset and take initiative and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Do it and go for it, because so many people I've talked to say they want to do a podcast or they want to do something similar to what we do and whatnot, to some aspect, and they just don't take that first step because they're afraid or they're just nervous or they're just really not that committed into it. To me, I say take that first step because, for one, you're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Have we made mistakes on this podcast? Yes.
Oh, hella mistakes.
We're not professionals. Do you think I know how to do some of these other stuff that I see other podcasts? No. I do my own thing. We do our own thing here. We're
Literally.
not professionals. We're not professionals.
See, that's professional, not for ready, baby. That's the first
Do
step.
I look like a fucking professional? Do I sound like a fucking professional? Look at the fucking F-bombs I'm dropping. I'm not a fucking professional.
It's professionally stupid.
Professionally fucked up. That's what I am.
Yeah, and if you see like the TNS video we did, you can hear how cursed the audio is with extremely high.
Yeah, we're not professionals at
But
this.
we love to do what we do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you just have to enjoy the process and the growth of doing it. Because, as I said, we can look back from the first 50 episodes that we did. Lots of mistakes that we done, lots of things that we had or whatnot that we were trying to do. And then you look at the other 50 episodes after that, then you can kind of see that throughout the journey, we have made some improvements here and there. Of course, the scenery and the layout has changed the whatnot. And
It has.
I think this is going to be our final form, and we're just going to stay here for a good amount of time. So,
Final form.
yeah.
Nah, I think there's gonna be more forms.
Hey, you never
Okay,
know.
Super Saiyan 50.
Hey, you never know. But the thing is, if there's anything you can take away, is that you got to take initiative. Like, you got to take that first step, because that's the only way you're going to know what direction you're going to go to. A lot of people are afraid to take that first step because they're worried about failing. And it's like, if you don't fail, then how do you know what direction you're going to go? You have to fail. And we have failed lots of times. And I would say, and then of course, you also have to acknowledge your weaknesses. Our biggest weaknesses is the fact that we're just not consistent. We don't do this consistently enough. Because if you look at the time frame from now that we're back on doing it to previous then, we've been taking
We
like
would've been
months
in
off.
probably episode 200 by now.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have been like episode 200 by now, as AJ just said.
Oh yeah.
Because the fact that
We're normal people living our lives in a daily
Yeah.
basis.
Life gets in the way.
I would say our biggest weakness is just consistency.
Yeah.
And
And you know what? We got the people that still watch us.
yeah.
And that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like when people come up to me and be like, "Oh man, you guys could have so many viewers in this one, like a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers and whatnot." It's like, we trust the process that we go at our own pace,
Hell yeah.
and throughout the time, like when an opportunity does come, we're most likely ready for it because we try to build ourselves for any potential opportunities that do come our way. But we want to make sure that we remain authentic as possible, and then of course eventually we are gonna clean some things up here and there or whatnot, but at the end of the day we still want to remain authentic because we want to be able to relate to our audience, which is gamers, people who
Yep.
play games. We're not like me and Waluigi and Asia. We're not trying to get like super big names onto our podcast. If it happens, cool. If
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, then that's not going to stop us from our mission. That is, we don't mind getting some regular Joe Schmo who's a full-time college student that plays Nintendo Switch games, or this other guy who's kind of just like, he's a little bit weird, but he plays a lot of gacha games that has a lot of fan service. We want to hear your story. Come on the podcast.
Talk your stuff or talk your shit.
Let's have the conversation and whatnot, because that is where the real joy in doing this is just having these conversations with so many different people and so many different gamers that, as I said before, we ask literally the same question to every guest that we have on the podcast,
And it's always different.
and it's always different.
Never a normal answer.
And it's never exactly, it's never normal, because now we get to learn about games that
We didn't know existed.
we didn't know existed and whatnot.
Like the whole Sega Saturn. Like
Yeah.
From like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
The
so
Virtual
there's
Suplex.
there's a moment of joy when that happens, and it makes it all interesting. And to hear how gaming has impacted that individual, it means a lot to us, and it definitely means a lot to the people who listen and watch as well. So, in conclusion, take the initiative. Just go forward. Step forward. You never know what you're going to get yourself into, because that's how you know what the other side is going to be like. If you don't take that step, all you're going to do is guess and be like, oh, man, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. Or maybe when this opportunity comes or whatnot. No, sometimes you just have to just do it.
Just 100%.
Just do it. Go for it. See what happens. If you fall and fail, you get back up, and at least you'll know, hey, I got to look out for that, so that way I don't fall again.
Amen to that.
Yeah, so with that being said, hey, I'd like to thank y'all for watching episode 100 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. Thank y'all so much. Of course, the podcast is going to be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and everywhere else that is streaming podcast only. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe, and share the stream as well.
Hell
Let the
yeah.
people know about the stream. Let the people know about the South Florida Gamers Podcast and what we do. And, of course, if you're on Twitch, hey, if you're a subscriber on Twitch, hey, greatly appreciate you. Can't thank you enough. And for everyone else, you guys just be blessed, stay great, be awesome,
We love you.
and continue to play games. Continue to play games, continue to appreciate and love games, and we will see you guys on the next one. So with that being said, we are signing out. This is episode 100.